Welcome back to another sighting episode of the Flying Jock.
We've got some company.
Just when we thought we would get a fight, they're turned up!
They're actually on the wrong side of the fence. I think the farmer's been informed.
Yeah, we've been to the marshal, or Rangers, when they call it, and they've escaped. So we're waiting something happening. So maybe a time before we get in the air, but that in there is the Mugdock Wood anti-aircraft site. Standing on a part of it. We don't know what it is just yet. I'll need to Google something like that. But until our audience here goes away, we're grounded now. Is this technically known as a McDonald's drive-thru? Oh, we're going for a fight here.
Did you get that one?
I think I did there.
It's a McDonald's drive-thru.
Wee bit of breath, ran down there. We've got a camera rolling just now. We've got a couple of people inside the AA site, but we've approached them. They gave us permission to fly over them. Thank you very much for the permission. And if you see this footage, you're a star in it. Right, so at the moment what we're doing is we're going to get the calibrations done. We're going to get them in the air, and then we'll do the exploring after this. Had the drones up there, we had a fairly good flight and a couple of long distance. There is a campsite away further down at the back, and we're going to take a wee wander around there. Now this is probably the first site that we've actually came across where we've had remains, a good set of remains of the old campsite. But these World War II anti-aircraft sites are actually pretty good, well intact. Because it's a part of a national park, they've started to actually protect it a bit and actually use it for tourism. Good idea in their books. We may as well make use of them. There's plaques everywhere around here telling you about all the different type of weaponry, so we'll show you this in some of the clips. So without a doubt, let's get back in here and let's start with exploring. Now we're flying to a part here which would be the GL radar platform, which is just sitting here. So we would roll the radar up onto the platform right beside the AA gun. There we go, the first plaque. Jamie's getting that. Looks like there's drainage here on this one. or is this possibly a power point? Now some of these were powered by later on, and you can see the hard points are clearly in this one. Looking around here, big ones, drill pans. So something tells me somewhere there was a generator platform or something, because we've never seen that. The only one that we've seen anything like that was Carnbooth. I found out at Carnbooth there was a generator platform outside. We thought it was magazines, but they weren't. They were the main generator platforms, even though it had the power point. So this point comes out to here, so the power point could be anywhere around here. There's other outlying buildings without the gun sight, so we'll have a wee wonder about them. So this is the first placement. As I said there, you see the hard points, you see the part where the guns were. And over on the left hand side there, you'll see a wee room, and there's a room over this side. And I'll take you into these. So this place in here would be either a place for gun maintenance or where the guys would store themselves during an air raid or something. There's a nice plaque here. There's a point for a wee generator or a stove. And in fact, there's a stove right up there. The wee flue we go through, so that's probably where the stove sat. This is probably where they would rest in between things. We'll take a wee wander over the other side now. As we go down here, even got drainage there as well. This one's got a flue part in it as well. Although it's not got that wee bit in the middle of it this time. Yeah. Flue of some sort. This possibly could have been where they done the gun maintenance in. Stored stuff. It's here where they stored the ammunition for loading into the guns for quickness. They'd be in like wooden racking systems. You don't see it as much here, but you did see it in the Carnbooth where they had like the wee wooden panels. One's quite new, in fact it looks like an old magazine building, but as you can see this one differentiates for the rest because it looks like if they had protection put over the roof. So this would then go into here. You know what? Drainage is there. I wonder where this bit would have been. Yeah, well that's a wee strange one, a wee dead end there, so I don't know if it stored something or whether it was just kind of like a hideout point or something wee, because I think this is the command post. It's kind of strange. Again, sorry about the light, we're very, very overcast here today. It's warm, sticky today, light winds but very damp. I'm pretty sure this is when I got the last time, so I'm wanting around here now. And we're going to go inside this. Apparently it's well dark. Jamie's just shouted over to me there. So let's go inside. Right, so we're in what's possibly the control room. If this was the room that actually led out to where I was there. Let's see that room. The staircase cleaned up. It's possibly the protecting point. We'll go out that wee bit in a bit. See, we're walking around here now. Long one. Well, this is new. Obviously there's some type of gate or something there because there's the point on it. It's like wee ramps or something. I wonder what was there. It's the first I've ever seen this in here. Amazing. Every one of these aircraft sites that we've came to has some different variation. Whoa, right light. There's a little bit there. Or if there's a walkway to go by beside all the things. So change the light out to there. So we'll go around this side. Here. Just got these wee points here. I don't know what they were used for, but they're still intact with the wooden on them, see? Amazing that this one's actually done and kept this so well. For ventilation. It's even in here as well, up there. Is it to a staircase? I wonder if this is where the ranging equipment was. You see it's all coming out here. Oh. So this would have possibly been where the ranging equipment would have been sat. In here. Well, this one's totally different. I know there's different classifications command posts, but I'll need to find out exactly what one that is. Hey, this thing's even got bits on here as well. I'll show you this in a second. There's just something that's caught my eye. I'll show you in a second. These wee hole points. I wonder if that ran cables and this was maybe generators. It's here. Hard to tell. Actually takes you back down into the room where we just were. So let's go down here. It's a bit wetter in here. That takes us back down into the main point. You know, the wooden door frame still in this one. Colour blue. Pretty well intact, this one. Yes. And there's the main bit. Again. Here we showed the pipes. Look, there's track marks here. It must have been power points or something, or power leads or something for the guns. Oh, leading at the one going that way. This one leading to that one. So they were about. But Jamie's found something interesting in this one. We're going to go and have a look. Jamie's just found this interesting point here. You see it down there if Jamie shines his light down there, not my eyes. Down there was a main bit. I don't know if it's a drain, sewage pipe or something. There's a frog down there. Right in the middle of it, we managed to get a picture of it. There's a ladder bits down here. So, actually another one that we've found so many things. So we've found extra bits up the command post. Found this wee bit there. I don't know if it's drain or sewage or whatever. I'm looking down to find out, let's put it that way. I've been in enough to do this year.
Swallows now.
Actually, Jamie's just put the swallows in the door, you can see because the camera's blurring it in. There you go. There you go, beautifully on it. That just shows you even the wildlife around here. So, same set of setup as the other ones, what do you call it, with the guns. The hard points of the ear, all these cables, definitely they're cables that lead to the guns, these things. So definitely there were a generator sitting up there for that part. Hard points same again, small, big. One with a line going in there, and that pipeline leads across into the main command post. Oh, this one's missing. Possibly it's just been destroyed, but I don't think it's been filled in. Yeah, you know, possibly for something else. Another point in there with either their maintenance or they head out with in between drills. And this one, there is information around about, but there's a couple of the ammo dumps that have been removed. It's hard to tell whether they've been removed forcibly or what, and just checking. As you can see behind me, down there. Right, just reading up some more on these wee plaques and this stuff. This site wasn't developed until after the Clydebank Blitz. Yes, there was another blitz outside London, which doesn't get mentioned enough. London was not the only place to get a blitz. Glasgow got obliterated, especially the Clydebank, with the German Luftwaffe. And this is why this place got made just after it. They helped defend against the Luftwaffe, try to get to the waterworks, the shipping works and the ammunition works that were all based along the Clyde coast. So there's a wee bit of history for you. London was not the only place to get the blitz.
Turn off the lights. Seems so bright. Lights, please. Turn off the lights. For now, everything just seems so bright. And how you make the darkness seem so bright. I'm feeling like things gon' be alright. Lights, please. Turn off the lights. For now, everything just seems so bright. And how you make the darkness seem so bright. I'm feeling like things gon' be alright. Lights, please. Turn off the lights. Seems so bright. Seems so bright. Be alright. Turn off the lights. Seems so bright. Seems so bright. Be alright. Seems so bright.
To the Borg.
I am the Borg. Resistance is futile. You will be assimilated.
Tell me what to do. Show me how to feel. Under your control. Everything is real. So hit me.